If a man on the first date alludes to sex, cut him off. Deep plunging neckline dress that I wear is sexier than on a girl that is flat chested. When you look at America, we are 80% overweight or obese. Kids are raised by those parents that feed them nothing but McDonald's and French fries. Every heavyset person has high cholesterol and diabetes and high blood sugars. A man that values you is gonna ask you, so are you dating anyone? And then you be honest, I'm getting to know people. I'm marriage minded and I'm looking for what's real.
Why do men expect loyalty when they've never created safety?
Oh, that's a man thing. Men will have 2 baby mamas, a side chick, and a girlfriend and think that all of them are just sleeping with him. There is no loyalty. Singleness does not mean rejected. Singleness does not mean unworthy. Singleness means peace. It means value, self-respect, self-appreciation, self-discipline, self-control. It means you might just be on a journey by yourself. Although I think that everyone wants to be married, I don't think that everyone will be. What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving. I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please hit that button below so you can get subscribed. Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. Now, look, guys, this is the thing. Every week, we are doing our best to bring you solid episodes. And we only can do this because you have submitted your questions. So 2 things. If you are interested in submitting a question, you can either head on over to Instagram at MsSarahFontenot.com or It's Giving Podcast, or hit the link below to submit your questions. Second thing is, we're going to dive right in. What's up? We got shot by Anissa on the mic. What's up, baby girl?
Hey, Sarah. Hey.
Yes, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Guys, you have completely changed the way we've curated this show with the questions that you submit. So we've got who is Kenny V, producer, creative director of the year. What's up?
Who? Yo, givers, I'm going to say this one more time. I need you to subscribe today, tomorrow, and the next day.
Please.
If you don't do it yesterday.
And buy our stuff.
I mean,
dang gummit.
Yeah, you can buy the stuff too.
You feel me?
You can buy the stuff. But at the least, like for the freebie, is subscribe. Share, like, comment.
button.
Like,
You
it's
feel me?
free.
Golly, folks just don't get it. They don't get it. It's free to do that. But also, if you want to get an ebook, you can. Someone said I'm dressing like I'm Muslim now. I'm not. Definitely not.
Because your hair is definitely out. Okay, we're not going to get in that. Okay, first question. Question 1. Why do men call boundaries attitude?
That's a manipulation tactic, because a boundary is not attitude. A boundary is I'm standing firm inside of what I believe and know that I deserve. And if my security inflicts on your need for control, that's a you thing and not a me thing. So you could say I have an attitude. You could call me disrespectful. You could tell me I'm ugly. I don't care what you have to say. What I do know is I will not be manipulated by what is most important to me and for me.
Heard.
Okay.
Are women delusional or are men dishonest?
Are women delusional or are men dishonest? Both.
You and this both. You and this both.
Definitely both. Men lie to get what they want. Men use love to get sex, and oftentimes love is nowhere near them. And women use sex to get love, and oftentimes the sex doesn't work. So I feel like both are delusional, and men are, what was the question?
Are women delusional or are men dishonest?
And men are dishonest. I wish that we lived, you know, those videos you see on the internet when they're like, if people told the truth in 2025, and it's like, how much money do you make? How much weight are you going to gain? How much? And it's like, yeah, that's kind of real life, but people don't be doing a real life thing. Okay, I'm complete.
This is a random question. Why do women support unhealthy eating habits? Why is there no such thing as shame? If there is a woman that is beautiful, yet extremely overweight, why do women use, well, if she's comfortable in her body, that's fine, as a cop-out to stay unhealthy?
Yeah, see, this is a very slippery slope you have me walking on here.
Did it on purpose.
It's straight downhill if you fall. So what I will say is, I don't think there's shame around being like a bigger, heftier person. Sorry, I stuttered. I think there's a problem if you're unhealthy. You know, not every heavyset person has high cholesterol and diabetes and high blood sugars, right? But most of the ones that do have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes are either overweight or obese. When you look at America, we are 80% overweight or obese. And so I think that the shame should be around what it's creating and less of the body that it's in, if that makes sense. Because no one wants to feel body shamed. No one wants to feel ugly. No one wants to feel rejected. But also I do think that sometimes kids are raised by those parents that feed them nothing but McDonald's and French fries and or Jack in the Box or Taco Bell or whatever, Del Taco, whatever fast food options that are out there. And when that happens, oftentimes those kids are bigger, and now you're working against the sugars that your body now craves from your childhood, and you're working against the mindset and identity of you being a bigger kid, and kids pick on you or bully you, and you're dealing with having to redo your entire childhood now as an adult. And those are hard things. Sometimes that's why they say parents that have overweight or obese kids, that's abuse, because kids are mean. A kid will walk up to a heavier set kid and say something rude, mean, disrespectful, and it cripples that kid's esteem, right? So I feel like parents should be much more mindful of what they're allowing their children to consume. And that includes screen time, by the way. I think too many people are allowing their kids to be raised on the internet. Now, I get it. I'm not a mom. You might say, you don't understand, Sarah. We're busy. We have this, we have that. Nobody asked you to have a kid.
Damn.
Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you to do any of this, but you're doing your best. And I'm not saying that you're not doing your best. What I'm saying is we have to be realistic with the long-term choices that we're making. You're saying I need to feed my kid French fries every day because it's faster and it's easier. But now so is their self-esteem. It's easier to conquer a person with no esteem. It's easier to manipulate a person with no self-esteem. It's faster to get that person into bed when they don't love themselves. It's faster to take advantage of somebody that doesn't have self-esteem. So that same fast and easy mindset works towards your future too. And we as parents need to be mindful of that. Now, if you're an adult, I would just ask, what are you going through? What's going on? Because unless you're sick, you don't just gain weight overnight. It's a choice thing. It's a decision thing. And I think we need to be clear on that.
For sure. I have another question.
Okay.
The women who like to twerk online and show off their body online, are those women considered high value?
No.
Expand.
I mean, I've expanded on this 10,000 times. If everybody could see it, who's going to want it?
There's plenty of men who want it.
For the night, but they don't want it for the long term. It's so funny because Brock and I have a Hawaii trip coming up, and we were in Costa Rica together, and I posted a bikini photo on Instagram not too long ago.
Yeah, I see.
And this is the thing. I'm fit, okay? So whatever I put on can look a little like, oh, she's doing too much. But I'm not going to stop living my life just because I talk about not putting too much out there. Because the difference between at least what I think is a difference between me and a lot of these women that are seeking attention is, I'm by a pool. I'm at water. You're taking a picture in a bikini in your kitchen mirror or in the bathroom. You have no intention of going anywhere near a pool, And so I feel like personally, I just feel like there's a way to do it. And even me, I feel like now I've put myself in this box of, respect your body, respect to this, respect to that. Now people think I don't even wear bikinis anymore. By the water. I'm so perplexed. What am I supposed to cover up? I am not that. I have said it 10,000 times. I like sexy, okay? I just believe in sexy classy, not sleazy classy.
What? How can sexy and classy be in the same word? Well, see in the same sentence.
How can sexy and classy?
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you're sleazy or raunchy sexy, it's all you're objectifying yourself. It's sex. But if my clothes are fitted, most times what I put on will be sexy because I'm fit and I'm busty and I have a small waist. So now automatically it's giving sexy. That same deep plunging, and this is the thing too, you have to be responsible with your beauty. That same deep plunging dress that somebody else, which y'all know I love a deep plunging number. Okay, let's be perfectly clear.
Yes.
Period. The girls will be out. But I say that to say that same deep plunging neckline dress that I wear is sexier than on a girl that is flat chested. Just is what it is. Now, the truth is, it's the same dress. Maybe it just looks really elegantly classy on her. And on me, it's like, ooh, that's kind of a lot, right? Because of the way that we're built. So you have to be responsible with the things that you have. But I'm here to tell you right now, testing, 1, 2, 3. If I am by water and I have a bikini on and you don't like it, that is a you problem, not a me problem, because I am in the water, okay?
But why you gotta get on the phone and and take a picture
Because
and then
I'm
post
proud of my body. I work hard on my body. I eat well for this body. I'm not perfect. I still have things that I need to fix on this body, which is why I'm in the gym. Well, actually, right
Well, I'm about
now,
to say,
I'm
no, you're
not in
not,
the
girl.
gym. I need to get my tail back in the gym. But I say that to say that I don't feel bad for being at a pool by my man, by the way. What I should have done was add a picture of us at the end. That's what, because we were on the same trip in the same pool. You know, that's what I should have done. But you know, it's all good.
Are
complete.
men intimidated by healed women or bored by peace?
I've answered that question.
Have you?
Yeah.
So many questions. I don't remember. I remember that question. Can a relationship survive without emotional maturity?
No.
How can one gain emotional maturity while in a relationship?
Read books. Go to therapy. Ask questions. Have a good circle of influence of people that can tell you when you're in the wrong, that are not going to be biased, that are not going to be biased for you or against your partner. And also, like, I think too, when you realize that a lot of the problems that you have in a relationship come from a level of immaturity, immaturity, books like The Mastery of Love, or books like Let Them, or books like what's another? The Mountain Is You. That book, so good. If you have ever struggled with self-sabotage, if you have ever struggled with taking things personal, The Mountain Is You is such a great book. Like, and it breaks things down so methodically. And then also for men, if you're unclear on how to have better leadership over your woman and you want to be the more masculine partner, The Way of the Superior Man. I talk about this book all the time because it's the truth. It is so good. It's such a great book. So I would say take the time to read. Take the time to do the research. Take the time to learn yourself so that you can respond to someone instead of just reacting to someone. I think the thought that I have been on is think about what you're thinking about. And then reflect and respond from there. Don't let your thoughts determine your reactions. Your feelings are not facts.
I like that. So why do men expect loyalty when they've never created safety?
Why do men crave loyalty when what?
Why do they expect loyalty when they never created safety?
Oh, that's a man thing. Men will have 2 baby mamas, a side chick, and a girlfriend and think that all of them are just sleeping with him. There is no loyalty. Not for all men, but for a lot of men. It's kind of just the way it is. You sleep with whoever you sleep with, you know? So I don't know. I don't know.
My God. Is social media the new side chick? Like,
is social media the new side chick?
Yeah, you can have a relationship with the DMs. For sure. Getting the validation that you need in the DMs rather than finding that same source or that same level of attention from your relationship. Addicted to the attention that you find online while in a relationship.
It sounds like you should probably just be single. Sounds like you probably just need to be single unless you're in an open relationship, in which case do you, boo. But if you are in a monogamous relationship seeking validation and affirmation and and dopamine hits from strangers on social media that don't even value you or care about you. They're probably just trying to see what they can get out of you, especially for women that are asking men to help them pay their rent in 2 days after even talking to this person, but you haven't given $50 to your girl to go get her nails done in 2 years. That's crazy. You should probably just be single.
So is God still the foundation of relationships, or is it just a hashtag?
I don't know. Hopefully. I mean, I would hope so. That's the only way I think it could last, but to each their own. I need a good juicy question. Hit me with some juice.
Boom. Okay, cool. I got you with the juice.
Okay.
Do you feel like the church or society gives enough space for honest conversation about sexuality, dating, and spiritual growth for women your age?
Do I feel like the church does that?
Yes.
Do I feel like the church or society creates enough conversation around sexuality?
Sexuality, dating, and spiritual growth for women your age?
The church specifically?
The church or society?
I think society has gone way too far one direction and the church is in way too far the other. Because in the Bible, it says not to fornicate. And it says that if you lie down with a woman, that is your wife, and no one is behaving in that way. And so with that, I think that society is encouraging women to be free, sexual liberation. Oh my God, do what you want. Do him the way he does you. All of that BS. And it's just not true. And so I think that women need to find their alignment and stay there. Because there might be a woman that wants to get their freak on every weekend, 3 nights out the weekend with a different man. And if that's what you want to do, has a terrible consequence, by the way, but that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Whereas there are other women that are like, I don't know. I just feel guilty about sleeping with someone. I feel guilty that I'm not giving him my body if he does all these things. And they just need to be around more women that speak our message so that they know, no, I'm more valuable than that. My body is worth more than a date or a gift, right? And so I think that you have to find your tribe. You have to find the people that are in alignment with your mindset and how you act. It's not necessarily about a church. It's not necessarily about society. It's about what is in alignment for what you say that you want in your life. Does that make sense?
Yes. Do we feel complete?
Yes.
All right.
Kenny's about to say something.
I got something a little spicy.
Okay, let's come
All
with
right,
the
so I wanted to ask this a little earlier. It's from John from B-More. He might still be in here because he's been with us all day. But he's a giver who watches the content. So he brought us some context from before.
I love this.
Has to do with you and Brock.
Oh,
all right, you ready for
spicy.
something? Yeah. So he said, correct me if I'm wrong or I misheard. But Brock once said on your past podcast that marriage has an expiration date. You might remember.
I remember. He said renewals.
Basketball. Yeah, renewals.
Yeah.
He said, does he still believe in this?
No, he doesn't. We talked about that too.
Talked about that?
Oh, hell yeah, we talked about that.
Go ahead.
Yes, okay. So on the Brock also said in the past that when he gets married, the marriage is for the woman to make her an honest woman out of her. Because when you have kids, you don't want to have no little knuckleheads. We don't even have kids and we ain't pregnant. So that's not why we get married. And you know what? I think that people have their ideas or preconceived notions of what something is until you really take the time to decide. One thing about marriage is you get to decide what it is. It doesn't have to be what anybody else thinks it's supposed to be. And I think that if two partners are really open to what it looks like for them and you decide on that, then great. So the same way where we talked about renewals, is that what you want? He's like, hell no. Brock also has said something about being poly, maybe poly. I don't know. He's very much just been open. That's how Brock is. He likes to say just whatever he likes to say, but that's not on the cards for us. Because when I ask a question, look, are we poly? No, we aren't poly. One woman is more than enough. Now, if that changes in the future and we decide to be open, which is different from poly, then we'll do that. I'm not saying we're going to do that neither. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
What I'm saying is everyone is allowed to have their opinions, their vantage points, their perspectives of what they think things are. And he's absolutely right in the sense that Brock has said things that have challenged my way of thinking and vice versa. And they're all things that we have talked about. Are we open? No. Are we poly? No. Are we going to have renewals? No. Are we going to do a prenup? I don't know. Are we all of these things that are so matter of fact for us? I don't know. I don't know. And some of it is none of everybody's business. I'm learning that too. I need to stop being so open. But
like a vow renewal? Like, what do you mean
so
by
Brock
renewals?
has said how the NBA has renewals, like it's a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year thing. They decide whether they're going to renew their contract or whether they let you go. So marriage could be for the next 10 years or 15 years.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, and honestly, the idea of it means you perform better. It's the same way my mindset where I say I'm stuck with you for life. I act better than if, oh, I know I could do better than you. I have so many other options. This man will never do as good as me. It's all ego, right? The truth is you get triggered in relationships. Are you willing to do the work? And when you have an idea like a renewal, you act right. When you have an idea of I'm stuck here for life, you act right. So it's just, what is it that you want out of your relationship? And I don't think there's a right way.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Is there anything else after that one, Kenny? Because that's a good question.
Yeah, that was from an earlier episode too.
Okay.
Yeah, but he might still be in there. So if be more, you heard your question, ask some more. I feel like there's somebody here kind of asking a question. I think Annika's trying to make a point here. But Annika said, I heard when you have intimacy before marriage, the enemy is glorified. But when you're married, God gets the glory. So they're kind of making context there. I think they're trying to see, like, what is your thought on that?
Yeah.
But, you know, what do you think about people having sex before marriage, I guess?
I don't think about it, is what I'm saying. I think to each their own. I think that I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. I've been saying it. I ain't telling you what God to pray to. I ain't telling you how you should eat your food. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm just saying every reaction every action has a reaction. An
equal and opposite reaction.
Yep. And so you get what you get. And for me, I get what I get and you get what you get. I'm not saying that fornication is okay. And I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying do what makes the most sense for you. That's what I would say.
Okay. So what part of single Sarah are you most afraid of losing as you step into the married life?
Ooh,
and
child.
What parts of you are excited to evolve? Because you weren't like outside going crazy, but you was outside, ma'am.
I mean, I was dating.
Girl, you was okay.
I was definitely dating.
That's such a polite way of saying that.
What? What's another way?
Nothing. You was outside.
I was dating. I was getting to know multiple people. I was actively being sought out by my husband. That's what I was doing. Putting myself in position to be gotten. Yes. And abstinent also.
Yeah, I know that part.
Just for clarity, for those that don't know.
You saying that you are, well, not now, but before when you're out and dating publicly, you know, not really caring what other people's thoughts are, essentially with your dating lifestyle. But someone asked earlier, they said, I've been held back from dating because I worry about people that might judge me, especially when many of these men know each other from events or workshops. So how can I stay open to connection without being judged? So this person, Musa Mia, she asked earlier, like, I'm guessing, like, let's say, for example, she's in the entrepreneurial world and she's like, okay, I already dated one entrepreneur man at this one conference that I met. I go to another conference and homies with other ones, but I want to talk to other people too. So how should I go about dating if people know each other already? Is it okay to date in the same circle, outside that circle, same industry, different industry? I think she's trying to figure out how can she do so without feeling judged.
I love that question. And I've been in that position, obviously. You know, this is what I would say. When they say, I would love to take you out, you could say, great, you know, right now I'm really interested in just getting to know people right now. And if that's open or something that you're in alignment with, then I would, you know, love to check that out. We're just getting to know each other. I have set the groundwork of, I am not your girlfriend. This could be a date in your eyes, but for me, I'm just getting to know you. So if you want to go for tea, which is why it's not a heavy investment from the jump, which is why I don't think that men should spend a lot of money from the jump, because the truth is, if I go for tea with you and then I go to another conference and I meet somebody else and I feel like we're in way higher level of alignment and he asked me for tea, I'm absolutely going to say, hey, I'm just getting to know people. I would love to, you know, let's check it out. And he says, let's go do an escape room. And I'm like, okay. And then I go to another conference and I meet another person and he seems really cool. And let's say this is all over the weekend, right? Like in a 3-day conference, you might meet a man on each one that you really feel like you click with, right? You go out with each one of these people and then you see and you let them know. A man that values you is going to ask you, so are you dating anyone? So, are you, what's it like? And then you be honest. I'm getting to know people. I'm marriage minded, and I'm looking for what's real. So I should also probably let you know. This is what I say. I'm abstinent, and not abstinent like, oh my God, just so I can say I've never done this before. I'm like abstinent for real. So if that's not something that you're interested in, then I can completely respect that. And if you're interested in just continuing to getting to know each other while you live your single man thing, then that's cool too. And then they decide, and they say, yeah, for sure, I want to take you out again. Yeah, for sure, it's no problem. And let them find out that somebody they know wants you. Men are competitive. Now, it's not even necessarily about you, which isn't great, but it's the truth. It's not really even about the female anymore. Now it's about, I want to beat him to my girl. You ain't going to get my girl before I got my girl. So now, but in order to be gotten, you got to get to know me. So now they're more intentional about getting to know you. The way they show up is a little bit different. The way they listen is a little bit different. The way they do things is a little bit different because they're trying to do something that's genuine instead of just let's smash for the weekend or hey, me and my boy both smashed now. Don't be that girl that everybody can claim.
What's the difference between going on a date and getting to know a person? I thought they were the same thing.
When I say date multiple people, it means getting to know people.
What's the difference?
In my context, there is no difference. Dating means we're setting a date and a time on a calendar in which we go out and we do something. We're dating. I'm getting to know you. I am not sexually investing in you whatsoever. I'm not even talking about sex. And men that often bring up sex on a first date, so what position do you like? I was talking to this one guy, I remember, and he told me how girls are always like, oh yeah, I like when you pull my hair on a first date. Do you have no other value? That's crazy to me. There's nothing that I'm going to say to you that alludes to sex other than abstinence. That's it.
So do you come off the bat and just say I'm abstinent, or how does that come up in a conversation? And I want to know for myself because I'm abstinent, and even though I'm not dating, I want to start dating in the future. So how do I communicate that?
Would you like to role play?
I would love.
Should I role play with Kenny because he's a man?
Yes, please. Role play with Kenny.
You're the man.
Come on, stop playing.
All right,
but you got to give me a hard time. Or should he give me a hard time?
Anissa's better give me a hard time than me, man.
Anissa,
I suck at this.
Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Oh, am I the man?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I don't. Okay.
So we just met.
Okay.
And this is our first date?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's say we're out for tea.
I love tea. Okay.
Okay. We're sitting down.
Okay.
Sarah, I've really just been enjoying our time together. I just think you're so beautiful.
Oh
and
my God.
I don't know what men would say. And I just really been enjoying my time with you. This is why I wanted you to do it, Kenny. I really just been enjoying our time together, and I just really want this to continue. And I really just want to know your thoughts, because if you leave it up to me, I want to pursue you, and be intentional with you. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh my God. Do men talk like that?
I don't know. I'm not a good example.
Some men do, and then some are like, yo, I'm trying to get them cheeks, man.
Okay, but for real, what do most men say? That's good?
Yeah, it's good. That's
okay, good. So my response to that would be, first and foremost, thank you so much. I think that, remember guys, technique, sandwich, everything I do is a sandwich. At this point, it's a part of the way that I speak now. I can't even not do it.
Yeah,
it's like
I've learned to speak Spanish. I've been teaching other people how to do it.
It's like when you learn to speak Spanish, that's what you speak. I speak sandwich, okay? So I would lead with a compliment, give the correction or the word of whatever with another compliment at the end. If I actually enjoyed the date. Somebody said, nah, that's not what men say. And then somebody said, Kenny try not to get beat down. Facts. So I would say, Anissa, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to plan this date. I have really just enjoyed you and your energy, and I am absolutely open to getting to know you better. But I would like to just share just the reality of my situation, because I'm sure all the women love you and I want you to be able to make a powerful choice in your intention and not just kind of drift there, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I really want to share that it's been a while, but I am on an abstinence journey. And I'm not saying that like that so I can be like, oh my God, I've never done this before. I'm actually telling you that I'm on an abstinence journey. And that doesn't mean you have to be on an abstinence journey just with me. You do, if you're catching my drift.
Right.
Because I know you're a man.
I ain't getting them cheeks.
And I expect a man to be a man.
Right.
But I am looking for what's genuine, what's true, and what's authentic and what aligns. And I think that can kind of blur the line sometimes. So if you're open to still getting to know one another and building the foundation of a relationship, then I'd love to do that.
I need to clip that and save that in my phone, child. What?
I would love to do that, because the truth is now the ball is in his court. Mm-hmm. You just came for the cheeks, sir. Get gone.
Yeah, I don't even think those type of men would approach you though.
They don't. I don't get approached by those type of men, because I feel like men that aren't ready for that conversation will be like, "Man, why'd you even come out on a date with me?" Like I don't know. I don't know those men. I don't know where they are. I don't even know if they're alive. I don't know anything about them. That's like they're in the jungle, in the Amazon. I don't go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that, because that's something that I've struggled with communicating with before. Like, and I didn't want that to be like a part of my identity. Like, that's the first thing I lead with, because normally that's the first thing men lead with is sex. I was like,
I've never had a man lead with sex before. Like, how do they lead with sex? Like in the first conversation?
Not in the first conversation. But
like if you're out on a date.
Yeah, like
if he brings up sex, cut him off. Swear to God.
Wait, what?
If a man on the first date alludes to sex, cut him off.
Why?
That's top of mind. You don't value me. Insert girl here. You looking for sex. You aren't looking for partnership. You aren't looking for a good woman. You aren't looking for a prayer partner. You aren't looking for a purpose partner. You are looking to smash, and it ain't gonna be me. If a man is that bold to freaking do that from the jump,
yeah,
you don't even know me. What's my last name? What do I enjoy? And you have the audacity to bring sex up to me, my most intimate, valuable asset. You're on crack. You're actually on crack, and someone needs to get you help. But it can't be me, because I don't have time. Sorry. I'm also not interested in crack. It kills. That's what I heard.
Lord Jesus.
Crack kills.
Yeah. Sarah.
What?
Chill.
I'm just saying, crack kills. It kills.
What part of, I'm sorry, do you ever feel pressure to perform wifehood a certain way, or are you determined to define marriage on your own terms?
Both.
You and this both answer. You and this both answer?
Both.
I feel like we
very heavily both. Two things could be true at once. Both.
This ain't a multiple choice answer.
I want to be the most excellent wife, right? So this is what I learned in marriage counseling.
Oh, you're in marriage counseling?
Yes, for sure.
Yay!
Yeah. I want to be the most excellent wife. And I mean cooking, loving, nurturing. I want to be all of the things. And I could be an excellent wife, or I could be Brock's excellent wife. And so there's a way of learning your person that's necessary in order to be their perfect wife. Does that make sense? So now the pressure to be a perfect wife, it only feels like pressure because I'm still learning. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm trying my best, but I honestly, I'm still navigating, the ups and the downs and I don't mean as in like when we're good or we're not. I mean like when is he sleepy and grumpy versus when is he, super excited versus when am I in my emotions and how to like all of these. It's just navigating a whole new person, and it's a beautiful journey. But pardon me, I do feel like there is pressure when you don't know. It's like studying for a test and all you wanted to get is an A. But even if you studied for 2 weeks up, you might still get a C plus. I mean, not me, but
girl,
I've got an A on everything in school.
Are you a perfectionist?
I used to be. I'm recovering.
Oh man, that's the hardest thing to recover from, if you ask me.
Recovering. But I will say, like, all jokes aside, like, I definitely in school was a perfectionist and I would never take anything lower than an A. The problem is with people, sometimes you don't get an A. Sometimes you get a C or you get a D or you get a B. And it's because you're being what your version of a wife is, not the version of a wife that he may need. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that I am striving. I am every day striving to be the best version of myself and incorporate in the things that I know that my man needs to be a woman that he won't grow necessarily like, our marriage is going to be fun and long and passionate and all the things. I would tell you a story, but we don't have that kind of podcast. What's up, guys? Sarah Fontenot here. I just had to pause this episode really quick to let you know, if you have not yet, click the link below for our ebook, okay? How to become a more feminine woman. People ask me these things. These are actionable 10 quick steps, intro to femininity, with a video that goes over some things in even more detail. So that's for you. Make sure to click that link below and get your ebook on how to increase your femininity. 10 really simple steps. Love you guys. Now let's get back to it.
So if you could tell your 27-year-old self one truth about love and partnership now, what would it be?
If I could tell my 27-year-old self something about love and partnership, what would it be? It would be to be patient. I think that so many of us women are in a rush to get married. We're in a rush to do it. We're in a rush because society makes us feel like we're supposed to be married. We're supposed to have children. And the truth is, we're meant to, deserve to, and are worthy to be happy. And if that incorporates an aligned marriage, I love that for you. But if it doesn't, then that's okay too. Singleness does not mean lonely. Singleness does not mean rejected. Singleness does not mean unworthy. Sometimes singleness means peace. It means value. It means self-respect, self-appreciation. It means self-discipline, self-control. It means you might just be on a journey by yourself. And that's also okay, because although I think that everyone wants to be married, I don't think that everyone will be. I think that there are people that have zero desire of marriage, like literally zero. Now they're few and far in between, but I do think that there are those people. That does exist. Everything is not about getting a man and starting a family. That's not the only place that joy lives. But it is something that if you choose to do that, joy can absolutely live there.
I respect that.
Okay.
I respect that. I really do.
You know how, like, right now in Atlanta, the big thing for when people say they're dating or maybe not dating, people get asked for money or they get asked for something. So someone asks a question. Let's say you're already in the relationship. Maybe it's fresh. You just started. So when it comes to asking for help or support emotionally or financially, when is the right time to feel comfortable doing that?
I don't think a woman should ever ask for anything. I think a woman needs to state her need, and he gets to choose whether he does it. So even if you guys are getting serious in your relationship, it's still not time to say, can you help me pay my rent? It's time to say, well, paying your rent is crazy because you should be paying your rent regardless. But let's say your tires blow and you need help getting new tires, because that's different. You should be putting gas in your car. You should be paying your car note if you have one. You should be paying your rent or your mortgage. That's a no-brainer. Self-sufficiency, no-brainer. Welcome to adulthood. But there are things that come up that might knock you off, right? So let's say you need 4 new tires. Well, tires are what, $1,000? Probably. Yeah. $1,000?
Yeah, almost $1,000 for sure.
Okay, so tires are $1,000. $1,000 for someone that only makes, 50 grand a year, that's a lot of money. Right? So now I got to put it on a credit card. And if you're with somebody that does better, then you could share with him. I can't believe I got to get 4 new tires. And honestly, I would lead with a question. I need to get new tires on my car. Right now, it's just a really tough time. Do you think that I should just invest in 2 new tires? And does it make sense to get the other 2 later? Or do you think I should stretch it and do 4 new tires? Now, what I've just done is I've told this man without asking this man, I need new tires on my car. And then what he does from there gets to show you how invested he is in you. If you guys are dating seriously, he's probably going to say something along the lines of, let me see what I can do. Maybe I could put something on it. Or, baby, I'll take care of your tires. I have no idea. If you're not serious, don't even say that, because men in Atlanta know you're fishing to get money. Don't say that. I'm talking about if you are in a serious relationship. But I don't feel like you should ask your man. I feel like you should state the need. Men that love you want to solve the problem. So he's either going to say, okay, let me get 2 tires and I'll get your next 2 tires in 2 weeks, or let me get all 4 tires, or damn, babe, like it's not a good time for me. Oh, let me see what I could do. Or you get 2 tires and then in 2 weeks I'll get the next 2 tires. He's solution oriented because he cares about you. But if you don't know this man's last name, if you ain't never spoken to nobody in his family, if you can't name one person in his friend group, if you have no idea where he lives, if he has no idea where you live, if you don't even know what kind of car he drives, if you don't even know if he has siblings, don't even state your need. You're not qualified, okay? You don't know this man well enough to ask him for anything. So stop asking.
So here's a thought, right? They added some more context to it.
Okay, ready?
So I get what you're saying. They're wondering, should it only be once there's a real commitment? Like you said, like when you're in that committed relationship, just voice what's going on.
Yeah.
Because a man, we do want to help you. We want
Period.
to make sure you're good. But what they're asking is, or is it okay to ask when you genuinely just need help, even if the relationship isn't clearly defined yet? So maybe you're in the talking phase, been talking for months, but it's not official.
Let me tell you the simplest way to get put into the I can't take you serious box is, while you are not official, to ask that man for anything. You're now a joke to him. And you tell me, Kenny, you're a man. He's nodding. You could say it. True or no?
Yeah, because the thing is that, like, at the end of the day, we definitely want to help you out. Especially if it's our girl. We're like, right. I'm going to help my girl.
Period.
To the end. What do you need? I'm going to work my ass off and get it working. And we're
yes.
going to figure it out.
Yes.
But when it's something that's like right in the fresh midst of the relationship, early, before, like I said, midst, right in a couple weeks of it, month, we're probably going to question, like, okay, was this premeditated? Maybe even where you wanted to date me to know that I can help you in other ways that I didn't really see that, that magnifying glass from you. It was like, oh, you was actually trying to date me the whole time because you see me as a come up.
Right.
So then I actually really like you.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I can see why a man would question that too.
Yeah.
So, I suggest the same thing. Like, for any lady or even a man asking a lady for help, is like,
no.
Put yourself in a position of, I need to be in this relationship, take it seriously so they can take my problem more seriously.
Right.
And take me more seriously. But if there's no real commitment, I can see where the person might see you as a joke.
Yeah. They see you as a joke.
Like,
there's no longevity.
Yeah,
there's no longevity there. There's none. There is absolutely none. And again, even when you're with that person, don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. You shouldn't have to ask. A man that loves you wants to solve a problem anyway. So I love that question, and I love the clarity that the question creates, because I do think that women don't understand the detriment or the box that they put themselves in when they start prematurely asking for things. Because whether you're genuine or not, you also have to know that that man, especially being in a metropolitan city, that man has dealt with women that are not genuine and are asking him for money just to get money from him. And so now you've been clumped with those women, even if you're not one of them, right? It's like, if you dress sleazy in the city, I'm going to assume you're easy to sleep with. You might not be. But if you look like a duck, you probably quack like a duck, right? If you're one of the women that are asking for money, you're probably one of those entitled women that expect it. Whether you are or not, why would you put yourself in that position? Like I always say, like Will Smith says, why would you kick yourself in the balls? Like, why do that? So this is another thing too. Now, if you are in a space where you really are trying to figure out and you don't want to tell that man, and you end up kind of disappearing from him a little bit because you're trying to get your life together, and he hits you up like, yo, where you been at? I've been missing you, whatever. Like, I'm really just trying to get some stuff dealt with. And he says, what can I do? Now you can say, I need to get 4 new tires on my car. You know, my career it's not going the way that it should go. I'm trying to get these 2 tires today. I'll get the other 2 in 2 weeks. And even before you answer the question, you should say, I don't want to put my mess on you. I'm trying to figure some stuff out. No, for real. What is it? And then you say the answer, you know, because if he didn't ask you, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Yeah, no, that's good. Because she also had a follow-up question towards that. It was like, how do you find that balance between actually needing the help, staying independent, and not being misunderstood?
Right.
Because what you just said, there's different variables. There's some people that's like, nah, I see you as a come up, so I'm going to play my cards right.
Yep.
And then you got some people that are embarrassed to ask. And you got some people that are right in the line. They're like, I really do need help.
Yep.
But I'm also going to, like you said, maybe I'm going to ghost a little bit, try to figure it out.
Yep.
And I can let you know what's really going on. But
Yep.
I just want, like the person was asking, like, how do you find that balance of actually needing the help, being independent, and not being misunderstood? And you kind of touched on that very well.
Thank you. Final question?
Final question.
Do we feel complete?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And thank you for weighing in.
Yes, sir.
Why do people test love with pain?
I mean, if you're a woman, that's what we do. Especially feminine women. Everything's a
With
test. Pain, excitement, anxiety, frustration. We are constantly, are we safe? Are you level-headed? Are you really as grounded as you seem? Because ultimately, it just leads to trust. Now, pain from like cheating is different. I'm not talking about that kind of pain. I'm talking about like pain in the butt. Like you are just a pain to deal with.
No.
You're annoying. I know, but I love you. That's me. Because I'll find you.
And why do we romanticize red flags?
I don't know. I feel like we've answered that.
No, I didn't say anything about that.
No, in the past. One more. But make it good.
How do you have this super memory of everything that we've ever talked about in the last 2 years? That doesn't make sense.
I know what we be talking about. I don't know. I just
Girl. Okay, fine. Last question. Does growth require loneliness first?
I don't think you have to be lonely. But if you graduate from loneliness to being alone, to being happy, to being full, to then seeking a relationship, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think it has to go in that order. I don't think you have to have loneliness even if you're alone. Someone just asked a question and I think that we should ask it because I think they put it in here twice.
If you've been married multiple times as a woman but still want to get married again, does the former marriages diminish your value?
Do you have children?
Let's say yes.
Yes. It does diminish your value.
If they're married
multiple times?
Okay, let's say twice.
Yeah. I think it gives like what's going on. I got questions. It gives like who has the commitment issue? It gives, are you actually wanting to be married to me or are you just looking to be married? Mm-hmm. It just creates questions. I would just need clarifying questions. Does that mean that person is a red flag? No. What if they're a widow? What if they're divorced due to that person passing? Or what if, also I have questions about their picker. How do you get married twice to 2 men that you don't, like you committed to forever with 2 people and neither of it worked? I just have, for me personally, I have questions that I think other people would have those questions, especially men. It's like, why would you stay with me and not him? And I think in this day and age where a lot of men are so scared of divorce and they think that women are trying to get half of what they have, it's like, well, why wouldn't you do that to me too? Third time's a charm, right? Mm-hmm. So I think, and this is just, I'm just talking out loud. You guys let me know in the comments if you think that this is kind of in alignment or not. But I personally think that a man would be looking like, because no man really is, most men are not really excited about marriage. They're excited about life and achievements and multiple women and all of these things. But like, if you finally lock down and lock in with one woman, most men aren't initiating the divorce. Men will be unhappy in a marriage. Men will take on the grunt of the responsibility. Men will do all of those things, right? And so if a man is willing to do that and you've walked away twice, why? What's going to actually make you stay? What's going to actually make you happy? Is that fair?
Yeah, but and what if they don't have children? Is their value lower? Is there Are they lower in value then? Is children the only factor that lowers their value if they've been married multiple times?
Say it again.
So what if the person doesn't have children? Are children the only factor that considers their value in a relationship if they want to get married again?
No, I think children is also a big part of it too, because now you've had two men that have occupied your womb. And especially if he doesn't have any kids, that's crazy. But more than that, I think, remember, men fear divorce. That's why most men aren't not getting married because they think marriage is bad. They're not getting married because they're scared of divorce. Because women are initiating divorce 70% of the time. So the majority of the time, the woman is who walks away. And oftentimes, one of the quickest ways to get rich in America is marry a rich man, right? Or a lawsuit, right? And so if you get half of what he's created and you've been married twice, why didn't it work? And why would it now work out with me? So now it's supposed to work out with me? Go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah, so the same person asked that question added more context.
Okay.
So we can have more storyline. But they said they don't have children. The woman has been left. So let's say the first marriage, the woman was left and the marriage was too young. They were just very young, okay? So the second marriage, the partner chose to leave because they wanted to be poly. So it sounds like the woman left the second time because it wasn't an agreement with the man because he wanted to be poly. Probably didn't know at first. But the first time around, they were too young and the man left the woman.
Okay.
So now she was left at first.
Yeah.
She left the second one because it just wasn't in alignment.
Yeah.
Now this is her third try again.
Okay.
That's
better for sure. The circumstances are better. I think that so then it comes back to the other question of a picker. Why aren't you taking the time to vet these people before you're married? I think, do you want to be poly is a very fair question to ask when you're getting to know someone with the intention of marriage. You know, do you want an open marriage is a good conversation to have. Do you believe in cheating? Have you ever cheated before? These are good conversations to have to get an idea of who you're really dealing with. Now, that being said, and I want to ask you this question, Kenny, do you feel like men fear divorce?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But based on the things like you said, well, I know for me, like I wouldn't want to deal with any divorce because it's like I want to stay with the person I love from the jump.
Right.
To begin with, that's one. Two, the other fear, it really is like now all the things I worked for, we have to separate it and split it. And we also have to go through this awkwardness of if there is children. Now we got to figure out how we're going to explain it to the kids and then be in separate houses. And now they're going to see maybe the next step, which is like now I got a second mom or a second dad or just all the different things. So I think the storyline of divorce is weird to me because it just paints a weirder picture after a while.
Yeah.
Now, again, divorce could be beautiful too for some scenarios. I can understand it. But I think divorce for the average man is not something that we're looking forward to.
Yep.
Not something that we want, not something that we thrive for.
Right.
Maybe it's an answer if that was like the last thing we had to do.
Yeah.
But it's not something that we look forward to.
Yeah.
We're not looking to get married to get divorced and then deal with all the cons that come with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. And I also think that to the woman or the person that is asking the question, I would say maybe don't lead with that. Maybe allow for someone to know who you are. Have you been in serious relationships before? Yes, I have. Have you ever been married before? Yes, I have. If that comes up, you can say I've been married twice, but I wouldn't lead with that. I think that sometimes women, especially if they're deeply based inside of their insecurity, will lead with I've been engaged twice before. I've been married twice before, thinking that it's showing you the value that that woman has, but really what it's doing is it's a red flag almost. Why didn't you make it down the aisle? It creates different questions or doubts inside of the person that you're telling because why did you get divorced? Now, in this situation, that lady is definitely the exception to the rule. And you guys know we don't oftentimes speak to the exception. But most men are scared of divorce. And so because of that, I would tell women that have been engaged, that includes me, right? If I'm asked, then I'll talk about it. But I don't say that when I was in the dating phase. I'm not like, yeah, I've been engaged 2.5 times. I'm not talking about that because I don't want to create those doubts inside of the man that I'm talking to, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I hope that do you feel like that's valid as a man?
Yeah, I feel like that was good right there.
Okay.
And then do you not, so just to go back to what you said with the 2.5 times being engaged and stuff.
Yeah.
is that something that you don't bring up in the beginning? Like essentially like as your conversation starter, you don't bring it up if it's asked? Like when do you not bring it up?
That's not, when I'm dating, I'm asking questions and listening for the most part. I'm wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm like, if you want to know about me and you want to ask, like, have I been in serious relationships? Have you ever been married or engaged? Yeah, I have. Tell me about that. Oh, okay. Now I'm talking about it if you're asking about me, but I'm not leading with that. Because I think that even women, we've gotten so defensive in a space where we feel like because I've been engaged before, that means I'm valuable. Well, the truth is, being engaged doesn't make you valuable. Being married doesn't make you valuable. You're valuable because you're valuable. And you shouldn't have to say, I've been engaged before in order to be like, men desire me. Obviously, men desire me. Like that's how women should feel. And I think that there's a chip on their shoulder because they haven't necessarily made it down the aisle, or they made it down the aisle. They didn't choose right, didn't take accountability for it. And so it's still like, but I'm still desirable, So that's what I'm saying. Men, from what I would think, because remember, my brain works in a more logical way than in an emotional way. My brain says when a woman says that and they lead with that, you're insecure. That's what my brain says. And so I would think that because I'm thinking logically, a lot of men would also feel, oh, you're insecure. But you're a man. So you tell me, is there validity to what I just said?
Yeah, because I guess at the same time, like I'm not in the dating phase. I'm not saying a relationship. But let's say if I was dating and we're in conversation and I don't ask about were you engaged before or married before, and you said, hey, well, I was also engaged 2.5 times. And then there might be different questions that come up because I think naturally for me and probably a lot of other men, we're going to ask 2.5 times. Like, what happened those 2.5 times?
Right.
To make me think like you didn't proceed to the next step.
Right.
So I want to know why. Like, it might almost bring up a red flag.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a green flag where it's like, oh, 3 dudes tried for real. Like, I'm the lucky 4th guy. Like, that's not like really the first thought. It's actually going to be asking more questions like, why was it like this? And how do you feel about it? And then just any other question that pops up.
Yeah.
It's not really like a big open driver that
it's not a flex.
Yeah, it's not a flex.
At all. And I think that to women think that's a flex. It's not. I think that when you lead with that, it is a blatant sign of insecurity.
Because even if it's not just insecurity, let's say even for the man, it's like, okay, well now when I get ready to propose, am I going to be the other half now?
Right.
Am I the other one that's added? Like, because it sounds like she's leaving everybody.
Right.
It don't sound like, because it's a mix. It's like, are you the problem? Is the guy the problem? Is the proposal the problem? Should we never talk about marriage at all and just have a cool relationship forever?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of different things there.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as like, as a man, whether low value, high value, any value, that's an exciting topic to hear about.
Yeah.
That you got engaged 2.5 times.
Yeah, it's not exciting. And I think it's funny because Annika said women don't agree with Sarah a lot. And I think that women don't agree with me because they're thinking logically. They're not thinking, they're thinking emotionally. They're not thinking logically. And men think logically. So what I am trying to share is the other side of the coin. Like, I know you think you did your big one. I know you think you putting yourself out there or whatever. It's not conducive to what you say you want. So I just wanted to be, I just wanted to be clear on that. Yeah. Okay, so look, pause. I know you're enjoying this episode. I'll be super quick, okay? When you are on the go and you want to look cute, we got merch now, okay? So if your hair is a little tussled, turned, the edge control ain't edge controlling, go ahead and get you a cute little It's Giving hat. Or if you're thirsty, feeling parched, and you want your drink to stay cold all day, there was nothing in this cup. But you know what? It will keep my beverages cold. So if this is for you guys, we got hoodies, we got all the things. Make sure to check out the store below and get what you love. Let me tell you, it is quality over here, baby. Let's get it. Back to the show. Are we complete?
Yeah.
We got one more episode, guys, so feel free to jump back and ask these questions. Man, we got marketing master over here, shot by Anissa on the mic. What's up, baby girl?
You too sweet, Sarah. Hey, girl.
What's up? And we got creative director, producer of the year, who is Kenny V. What's up?
Who? Givers. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with anybody and everybody you could think of because they need this content.
Let's go. And also, guys, let us know if this is the content that you want. Let us know in these comments, do you want more content like this? Because it's a little bit of a shift, I feel like, today. But if no one has told you today, first of all, subscribe. That's what I'm going to tell you today. Subscribe. Hit that subscription button at It's Giving Podcast and meet the shorters. Subscribe. Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. And if no one has told you this today, you are freaking phenomenal. Bomb.com. Nothing can stop you but you. But you gotta do something about it. Love you guys. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Sarah Fontenot, host of the It's Giving podcast, and I have some goodies for you today. Now, you already know about our How to Be More Feminine, a high-value feminine woman ebook. Well, we're taking it up a couple notches. We've got our ebook that's an ultimate self-love guide, and now we have our Boundaries Bible. This is the perfect trio on how to step into and be your best self. And also for the men, it's good for you too, okay? Sometimes our self-esteem, our low self-esteem, our low self-worth is blocking us from our blessing. And your blessing could be your future spouse, okay? So make sure to check out MsSarahFontenot.com if this sounds interesting to you. Love you guys. Sending love and light.